Alright, so I want to start this new series for you guys called the Holy Grail. In this series, I want to focus on the best of the best keyboards. They're going to be rare, they're going to be hard to get keyboards with the main goal of focusing on what makes them so great, what makes them Holy Grail worthy. We've even got a keyboard build with Teja himself coming up soon, so if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more. But for now, today we're going to be checking out the Linworks Dolinger Polycarbonate Edition. Now, in my personal opinion, what separates some of the higher end keyboards versus some of the budget options is just how easy they are to build. Some of the budget options, they got screws up the yin yang to fix design flaws. They'll just throw screw after screw at the problem instead of just fixing the design of the keyboard. Now, where the magic happens, in my opinion, is when there's very little screw standing between you and the end goal of you finishing your keyboard. And that's definitely what you see here with the Linworks Dolinger. You can tell that it's been thought out all the way through. There's only 8 screws standing between you and the end. Well, and a little bit of soldering, but we'll get to that. Now, this is a different kind of case. It's a sandwich mount, but it's done in a way that I've never seen before. Normally, when you have a sandwich mount, you have a big top case with a big bottom case. Then the plate sits somewhere in between like a sandwich, similar to what we saw when I built my cue. But when you do that sandwich mount, you get the breakage on the side with a line where the top and the bottom case meets. On the Dolinger though, the plate sits in the bottom case and then there's a frame acting as the top case, but not really a top case. And this allows the gorgeous curvatures of the case on the side to not have lines breaking it up, and it looks super sexy. You do sacrifice a little up top with the lines, but you can barely tell. And where the simplicity comes in is the top case and the plate and the frame screw in with only 8 screws on the bottom. Then there's 4 screws for the weight and the bottom of the case, but that's already screwed in, so you don't even have to worry about it. You can really tell Linworks really took some time to think about the design here. Now, another standout thing about this case is that the weight is half in and half out at a slant. It's almost like it's emerging from the case. Gorgeous, gorgeous design there. That's something I've personally never seen before, and this keyboard pulls it off. The bottom also has these ridges on the bottom. It's textured, which is also something that I've never seen on a polycarbonate board. Very comfortable to pick up and hold. Like it just feels nice in the hand. And the weight of the weight, is that even a thing, gives this keyboard a nice weight. Follow me? Now, if I did have one criticism, it would be that this is a USB mini and it has a big cutout on the back. It's not as clean as I would have liked. And the USB mini is just super outdated now. This is an older board, so you kind of get that legacy vibe from it. And some of the keyboards that we're gonna check out do have this USB mini. I'm just gonna let you guys know right now. I actually had to call up Space Cables and have them send me out a mini USB cable because I didn't have any. All right, everything that I have is like a USB-C at this point. All right, so overall the Fave 65 PCB is clean. I did have to flash this keyboard to get it working with the software, but it was easy overall. The PCB is soldered, which I feel like most keyboards in this series will be. There's just an added sense of pride when you do solder your keyboards. Sure, you could have the convenience of being a hop swap hoe, but you know, once you're done, this isn't something you're gonna build and rebuild unless there's just a crazy switch that comes out. And once you're done soldering, you'll feel like you're holding a piece of fine art. This is one of the easiest builds that I've done to date, and in my book, that's a huge W. Now, the switches I used for this build were the strawberry milk switches, which are tactile. I know. Only Linear deserves to be on the Holy Grail series, but I know, but just take a minute and think, why would BT put these in this series? Maybe it's because they're freaking amazing. They're lightweight and they're smooth right out of the box. The tolerances of the switch are very impressive, little to no top helps wobble, and you don't have to film these. In fact, I tried to film these and it just wouldn't even close, so very nicely designed switch there. Now, when it comes to tactile switches, there's the long drawn out D bumps like a Holy Panda, and then you have something that comes quick and fast, the shape of a P, kind of like the Ergo Clears. This is more of a P, it comes quick, it's light, barely even notice there, and so you know what, I'm gonna let it slide. Now, normally I would have paired this with a linear switch, especially with that polycarbonate plate, but something about this keyboard from the moment I bought it, I knew, I don't know, I just felt like I had to put some tactility on it to get the most sound out of it. Stabilizers I went with were the Duroc V2 stabs. They never let me down, and I hit them actually with some Krytox HXT lube. That's my first time doing it, and I gotta say, I think it actually turned out very nicely. So the GMK Handerbait or Handerbite Beat, Handar, I don't know how to say it. It has a lot of history behind this set, but I also have a lot of history behind it. I have my own story. I actually picked this up off of a challenge from Teja a while back. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but luckily as time has gone on, I feel like I've got a grip on how to do like color combinations with keyboards. And the only kind of case that can contain this kind of colorway would be like a polycarbonate case. It lets the reds, greens, blues, oranges all shine from the case, and it takes nothing away from the set. And it also lets the keyboard shine as well because they're just so different. So Teja, challenge completed. Now that we've gone over that, let's drop a sound test so you can hear what a Holy Grail keyboard sounds like. Oh yeah. Now something that you will notice about these Holy Grail keyboards before we get out here is that you'll notice that they don't take a lot of modding, and that's a sign of a good keyboard in my opinion. They don't need polyfill, they don't need to tape mod, they just sound good because the design was good from the beginning. Now this keyboard has a nice elegant sound to it, strikes a nice balance between thocky and clacky since the tactiles are playing very nicely with that polycarbonate plate. They're not too harsh, they're not too deep, has a very unique sound to the keyboard. Overall, I'm very happy with the way everything came out. Now you can add some LEDs to this keyboard. I haven't, just because I felt like it would add too much craziness, especially with this GMK Handerbait set on it. So I didn't go that route, but it is an option. So at $760, this keyboard is worthy of the money in my opinion. There's the rarity of the design, the sound, the look that I mentioned, the look. I have no regrets that I ordered this keyboard. I think I was like 99 out of like 100 that they were doing. I got in, I bought it myself. Just saying that out right now. I bought this myself, but I don't know when they're going to be releasing more. I'll try to let you guys know. They do have some colored versions of this, I do believe. If I hear anything, I'll let you guys know via Twitter, and maybe in 2022 we'll actually see a USB-C port for this as well. So yeah, that's going to do it for the first episode of the Holy Grail, guys. Hope you have enjoyed it. A little bit different format than what we're used to. Wanted to be more casual and point out some of the features that differentiate it instead of, just going over a bunch of specs, All right, so it has been your boy BT. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.